Charge distribution, we'll see some derivations under your electric field intensity. First one is your derive an expression for the electric field intensity at any point due to uniformly charged wire of length L meter having a charge density of ρL coulomb per meter. Now this is the we need to derive expression for your electric field intensity on a uniformly charged wire. Consider the uniformly charged wire are placed parallel to your z-axis. Let AB be the length of the wire which is spreaded with a line charge density. That is nothing but ρL per meter. It is your length of the conductor. So when you have a line charge density, you don't know the exact length of the line. So it is our responsible to consider a differential elemental length. So the differential elemental length is considered at point C, which is at a distance of z meter from the origin. So we can write this dl as dz. dl is equal to dz. Here let P be the point where exactly we need to identify the electric field intensity. If this is going to be the point we need to identify your electric field intensity, two fields are going to exert. One is all along your y-axis and all along your z-axis. Therefore, the total field exerted at point P will be dE vector. dE vector is equal to the vector sum of dEy and the vector sum of dEy and dEz. A is the starting point of the conductor and B is the end point of the conductor. Starting point of the conductor to the point under consideration is θ1. The angle made at the end point of the conductor to the point under consideration is θ2. The angle made between your cause and effect is theta. Here which is your cause and which is your effect? This is the point where we need to identify our electric field intensity. So it is going to be my effect and point C is going to be my cause. The distance between the cause and effect is usually written as R, and it is the capital R from your origin to the point under consideration. So first we need to draw this diagram, and as I explained here, you have to write all the assumptions whatever you have done. Now we need to identify your electric field intensity, right? So here the charge distribution is ρL. ρL is equal to Q divided by L. Since you are going to assume a differential elemental length, the charge distribution is also going to be differential. We know that the electric field intensity is force acting on unit positive discharge, which is nothing but Q divided by 4 pi epsilon R square into ER vector. If the charge distribution is going to be differential, then obviously the electric field intensity is also going to be differential. So we can write dE is equal to dQ divided by 4 pi epsilon R square into ER vector. Now substitute the value of dQ here. What is dQ over here? ρL into dl. So when you substitute, you will get dE is equal to ρL dl divided by 4 pi epsilon R square into ER vector. dl is nothing but dz, because here we have considered a differential elemental length. dl is equal to dz. Substitute over here. So you will get dE is equal to ρL dz divided by 4 pi epsilon R square into ER vector. We know that the differential field obtained at point P is the vector sum of dEy plus dEz, as we discussed earlier. So here what is dEy? What is dEz? You should identify. So from this triangle, it is, if this is going to be your theta, if you consider sin theta is equal to opposite, that is dEy divided by dE. Same way, if this is going to be a theta, it is also going to be theta. When you take a cos theta, it is dEz divided by dE. That only we have written over here. And after that, we know that dEy is equal to dE into sin theta. From this equation, dEz is equal to dE into cos theta. Substitute individually, you identify what is your dEy and what is your dEz. What is dE? dE is ρL dEz divided by 4 pi epsilon R square. Substitute here. After substituting, you will get dEy is equal to ρL dEz divided by 4 pi epsilon R square sin theta into AY vector. After this, here it is a line charge density, right? Here the charge density is spreaded between the point A to B. Between the A to B only the line charge density is considered. So the integration can also be from A to B. We can write ρL divided by Rho L divided by 4 pi epsilon into the line charge density is spreaded between the point A to B. So we have to write Ey is equal to rho L divided by 4 pi epsilon integration A to B dz r square sin theta into Ay. We need to identify what is the value of dz and what is the value of r. Why we need to identify what is dz and what is r means, in the diagram shown, in this diagram, if you are changing the point C somewhere here or here or here, so the value of r is going to change. Proportional to that, the value of theta is also going to change and the value of z is also going to change. If you place the C point here, the value of z is going to be from here to here. Suppose if you are placing the point C here, the value of z is from origin till here. So the value of dz as well as the value of r is going to change when you are going to change the differential elemental length position. That is why here we have taken from triangle OCP. So from this diagram, from the same diagram what we have shown over here, from this triangle we should identify what is my sin theta and what is my cos theta. After identifying, we will get cos theta is equal to z by r and sin theta is equal to r by small r. So from this, z is equal to r into cos theta, small r is equal to r by sin theta. We can identify what is dz from here. After identifying, you will get dz is equal to minus r into cosecant square theta, because the value of small r can be substituted as r into r divided by sin theta or r into cosecant theta. Substitute this r and dz in this equation. So when you substitute, you will get so and so equation. The value of A to B, that is initial value to the final value. So initial value of theta is theta 1 and in final value of angle is theta 2. So Ey is equal to rho L divided by 4 pi epsilon. The integration is from theta 1 to theta 2, and you can, after substituting, you will get Ey is equal to rho L divided by 4 pi epsilon r cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1 into Ay vector. Likewise, you can identify the value of dz. dz can, after identifying, you will get Ez is equal to rho L divided by 4 pi epsilon r sin theta 2 minus sin theta 1 into Az vector whole per meter. The total electric field intensity at point P is summation of Ey and Ez. After adding, we will get Ep is equal to rho L divided by 4 pi epsilon r cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1 Ay vector plus sin theta 2 minus sin theta 1 Az vector. Now here we need to analyze three conditions. Your first condition is, if the conductor is of infinite conductor, what is the only possible way is changing the values of theta 1 and theta 2 for various conditions. So if the conductor is of infinite length, the value of theta 1 is going to be pi and the value of theta 2 is going to be 0. Therefore E is equal to rho L divided by 2 pi epsilon into r. Second condition is, if point and one end of the conductor are on the same plane, like you will have one you will get this one, what is that, one line. The point and the one end of the plane on the same plane means you will have one line and the point will be on your same plane. At that moment, theta 1 is equal to 90 and theta 2 is equal to theta 2. But substitute the value of theta 1 and theta 2 in the original equations and identify what is the value of E. At that moment, we will get rho L divided by 4 pi epsilon into capital R cos theta 2 into Ay plus sin theta 2 minus 1 into Az whole per meter. Suppose if point P is perpendicular from midpoint of the conductor. Suppose point P is midpoint of the conductor means, here the point, instead of placing the point on y-axis, if point P is midpoint of this conductor, then the theta 1 will be 180 minus theta 2 and theta 2 is equal to theta 2. Substitute the value of the same to identify. So here in this condition, theta 1 is equal to 180 minus theta 2, theta 2 is equal to 45. So substitute theta 1 and theta 2 in the original equation. You can get E is equal to rho L divided by 2 pi epsilon r cos theta 2 and Ay. Why Ay? In the sense the point P is placed on your y-axis. This is how you need to solve the expression for your electric field intensity. So it is the main expression where you need to keep it in the mind for solving all problems. So in all the problems theta 1 and theta 2 is going to get variable.